I'm back doing a deck profile of my Fortune Lady deck. It's a Chaos Ladies. Look, other random cards. Anyway, start off right away. 3 Fortune Lady Dark. First half of the Chaos engine, and she's the main part of the draw engine. Fortune Lady Light is the other half, and she's the deck recruiter. These ladies are awesome. Fortune Lady Dark summons from the grave when a Fortune Lady destroys a monster. Fortune Lady Light summons from the deck if she's removed from the field due to a card effect. Awesome. Fortune Lady Water. She's special summoned while another Fortune Lady is on the field. I get to draw 2 cards. Lady Fire. If she's special summoned in attack mode by the effect of a Fortune Lady, I destroy an opponent's monster and burn my opponent for that monster's attack points. This isn't original attack, is their current attack points, so if their attack has been boosted or whatever, so is the burn. Lady Wind. I wouldn't recommend running this in a lot of decks, but since I only run one Mystical Space Typhoon, she's pretty useful in the fact that I can clear my opponent's back row if they have spells equal to the number of spell or trap cards equal to the number of Fortune Ladies I control when I summon this lady. 2 Chaos Sorcerer. I know it's at 3, don't be ripping me a new one, I've got more stuff coming, but being able to remove for Fortune's future fodder and stuff like that, this guy is awesome. Plus he can trip Fortune Lady Light's effect if my opponent doesn't have any good targets. 2 Effect Veiler. It's shiny. Pretty much self-explanatory. Level 1 tuner, but I almost never use it as a tuner. It's mostly for protection. Battle Fader. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Fortune Ladies tend to take a little bit of time to get going, and if my opponent can get direct attacks in, then I can stop them. Caius, the Shadow Monarch. This guy is pretty useful. Fortune Ladies swarm pretty fast, so I'll almost always have tribute fodder for him. Cyber Dragon, very good for the machine matchups, which tend to hurt me, and he makes good tribute fodder for Caius and Fortune Lady Dark if I can't special summon Lady Dark. So he's a very good tech to have, especially since I've got Chimera Tech over Dragon. Ta-da! Or Fortress Dragon, whatever. But these two together make a very awesome combo against the machine matchup. DD Warrior Lady, mostly used as a dark for Chaos Sorcerer, but if my opponent, or light for Chaos Sorcerer, but if my opponent's got a pretty big monster, I can just set her, let them run into her, and get it out of the way. Especially good to get rid of Stardust. Honest, I've got enough lights in there that this is almost never dead. It's especially funny to have a Fortune Lady Light sitting there after it's been used up. My opponent thinks they're going to run it over and I drop this on them. Really pisses people off. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I get to control the removal, plus he ruins a lot of decks since they focus on the graveyard. I can just side him out when I go against Gravekeepers and stuff, but he's pretty awesome. I love him. Plus makes good Chaos Sorcerer fodder. Is 1800 attack level 4, so he's not too shabby. The Tyrant Neptune. I can tribute summon him with only 1 tribute. So I can tribute Fortune Lady Dark. He gains Fortune Lady Dark's name and effect, so his immediate 4000 attack beat stick, which is an awesome thing to have against almost anybody. Plus, he gains the entire effect, so he can special summon other Fortune Ladies when a Fortune Lady destroys a monster. Down to the spells, got 3 Fortune's Future. This is Pot of Greed for Fortune Ladies. I return a removed from play Fortune Lady to my graveyard and draw 2 cards. Almost no cost. It benefits me to use this. I get so much advantage with this card, and with all the chaos removal and stuff that I'm doing, I always get to use those. Next, the field spell Future Visions is very disruptive to any deck that depends on normal summons. This card pretty much won for me against Karakuris and different things like that. 6 samurais can't get their thing started because they have to normal summon one monster before they can start their whole special summoning swarm. So this will stall them for a turn, which will allow me to get set up with different stuff to stop them. Allure of Darkness works really well with Fortune Ladies because I can remove a Fortune Lady Dark to give fodder for that. Awesome. Plus I've got plenty of darks, so I almost never have to worry about discarding my hand. Book of Moon, staple. Creature swap is awesome if I've got a Fortune Lady whose effect is already used, like Fortune Lady Fire or Wind. I can just give them to my opponents and steal one of their big monsters. Dark Hole triggers Fortune Lady Light's effect, is basically a big reset button. If my opponent has overextended, I can make him pay for it. Enemy Controller, again, gives me a use for my used up Fortune Ladies, the weaker ones that are just kind of sitting there. I can steal my opponent's monster when they attack to make them waste their attack, and then they have their own monster to worry about running over. Giant Trunade is pretty awesome because if Future Visions leaves the field, then any monster that's removed by its effect gets trapped out of play. Plus, I can get rid of any back row that may give me trouble for a final push for a gain, so this is an awesome card. Plus, Tyrant Neptune can't be special summoned. He's only normal summoned, so this helps me get rid of my own Future Visions that may be getting in my way. Gold Sarcophagus, unfortunately I only own one, otherwise I would be running more, but this combo is great with Fortune's Future. Fortune's Ladies love anything that removes them from play, plus this helps me search out other cards I may need. Monster Reborn, again, staple, awesome card, don't play without it. Mystical Space Typhoon, pretty much staple. I only have one, my others are in my other decks, so yeah. 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device. Trigger Fortune Lady Light's effect, can be used to get rid of synchros and Nomi monsters that can only be summoned certain ways, or higher level monsters that have to be tribute summoned to really, really annoy my opponents. Can get rid of their key play monsters. Call of the Haunted. If my opponent targets this while it's face down, I can chain it. Summon Fortune Lady Light, this gets destroyed, Light's effect goes off. So it's a win-win for me. Magic Cylinder, just an extra bit of stall and protection, makes my opponent pay for overextending again to burn them for the attack that would have hurt me. And Torrential Tribute, again, same reason as Dark Hole, it destroys all monsters on the field, can trigger the effect of my Fortune Lady Light so I can wipe out everything my opponent's got and then summon Fortune Lady Dark from my deck. And that's pretty much it. It's a tiger!